Hey, what's up, guys? So, we are ending this week on gate 12, which is all about standstill, taking stock, assessing where we're currently at. I've personally been doing that this whole week. I've been trying not to be one to go out and take too much action. Just been sitting back, taking stock really of my skills, taking stock of what I have going on internally, taking stock of what's going on with my family, including my wife and my son, and looking, or not even looking, more so feeling through ways that I can take action once the standstill comes to an end. And so today's theme for gate 12, line 6 is all about transforming and the amazing changes that can come from periods of standstill. We've been conditioned to think that if we're not taking action, if we're not doing anything, quote unquote, that we are, or that we should be shamed, we should feel guilty around not taking action or doing things for whatever the reason it may be. But we have to learn to transmute that energy, transmute those feelings and that conditioning, because it's not us. We know what's best for us. And so this week you may have been feeling the energy of taking a seat and taking stock of where you're at. And so if you've been doing that this week, don't worry, it's coming to an end. Today's the last day of taking stock. And so we want to look at how we're going to, or how we can transform all the energy that we've been building up during this week for us moving forward. And so one thing for me that became apparent is, taking stock of all the individuals and all the different people I've helped so far with human design, and just along my journey as a business owner and a spiritual coach. And, it's taken different forms and it's looked different, but it's all had the same theme. And from taking stock and standing still this week, I've come to see that, what I really am good at is helping people take the confusion that they have, the overthinking that they may be going through, and really connecting to their feelings to understand what that really means for them, and how to release a lot of the conditioning around confusion, and how to understand what our feelings are saying to us to be able to really create the life that we desire. So, a really powerful week for me, looking through all the different aspects of the work I've done over the past 6 or 7 years in the spiritual leadership space, and feeling really good coming out of this. Even like today, just looking at all the different charts for human design of people that I have, I could easily list off about 50 or so people who have helped or have their charts for human design. So that's really going to help me moving forward as I really move to just really jump back into having a community of individuals, jump back into offering my coaching full time and offering my services to different projects that I'm looking at getting involved with. So it's been a really good standstill for me. So I really chose to lean into this energy this week, but looking forward to also really getting back on it for the next week. And another big area for me this week with standing still is really realizing I haven't set new and updated goals. I have goals that I set when I started as a business owner. Maybe it's probably 5 years old at this point. Now I've had others like goals in between, but I did have like goals written out that I was referencing every day, and then they just kind of like withered off, and I haven't been. So I've had like shorter term goals around family, being a good dad, tennis was one of the big ones, and I was able to accomplish those. But when I look at the bigger picture of where I want to be in say 5, 10, 15 years, I don't necessarily have that, and can't say I've always did. After 35, I always planned to just be a millionaire and I would figure it all out. So can't say that's worked out quite as planned, although spiritually I am a millionaire, maybe just not on paper. So transforming, look at the changes that we want to make, that we realize through this standstill this week. And as we go into next week, which is gate 15, gate 15 is all about humanity and finding your role in different extremes, different conditions, and having friends and acquaintances at all levels of society as well, to show that we don't have to be attached to any particular way of life, and that we don't necessarily want to or have to be controlled by a certain way of life. So we'll jump into that next week, but until the end of today, we will continue to focus on standing still. See you later.